1, 2, 3.
3. Hey everyone, it's Jayjay Kings here with
Ethan.
And we are getting ready to do our red
and white
review. That was magical. If
Yeah.
only we had an intro that matched. So this is technically the second episode of this review show, the red and white review, but that was only because we did a special one for the promo. But now we're getting ready for the full season. It's here. It's launched. We watched it so many times already. It is Canada's Drag Race, Season 1, Episode 1.
Buckle your seatbelts, kids. Things are getting crazy. Yeah.
Oh, and before we go on, I didn't paint my hands blue.
Because he's lazy.
But pretend they're blue.
Yeah.
I'm blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die.
Yep.
So let's jump right into this episode. So we hear the music, we see RuPaul, we hear RuPaul, we see the workroom. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
Like they have a budget for this, which I'm so excited for.
I mean, they got Ru to show up, so there's definitely some sort of budget.
Exactly. So they walk in. The door is a very big red sequin maple leaf.
It's more gay Canadian than RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
Traditionally is, so
Yes.
I'll take it.
So the first queen that comes into the workroom is Priyanka.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't love the look. I have issues with queens wearing their names on their garments. You're going to be talking to a camera and saying what your name is, and it's going to pop up in the bottom corner of the screen for the entire season. It was like cool, but I wasn't wowed.
I think though that that's also like Lemon and Monique Hart. They all have like things that like represent them, so they just like do it to death. And I think maybe that's her thing.
Is
It's
her name?
Because she has a saying, "What's my name?" And then everyone yells Priyanka.
Cool. My name's been my thing since I was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyone else that entered that stood out to you?
I loved Boas alien abduction, pierced udder cow fantasy. I thought that was really cute. I just like a dumb idea.
I was gagged when she walked in because I wasn't expecting it. I'm not just throwing shade on anyone that's in this season or their entrance looks, but some of them are just like, oh, that's what you chose to wear for the first time that we're seeing you. And I would want it to be something a little bit more out there or concept based. Jimbo, I like Jimbo a lot.
Love Jimbo's look. Really sold it for me.
Exactly. I was saying earlier that I'm surprised because if you watched the first episode where we talked about the promo looks, like he was one that just didn't stand out to me because I was expecting something more like what he walked into, which was cool because I wasn't expecting it. Do you know what I mean?
I really liked it. I loved the like buttons. I loved the huge breastplate. I loved kind of the wig with the ears with, I mean, how she did her makeup is very similar to like how I cut a crease, so I really liked that just because I could see like my own representation in that, and it wasn't so traditional.
Okay, so we see all the judges come in. We see Stacey McKenzie, we see Brooklyn Height, the Queen of the North herself, and then we see Jeffrey Bohr Chapman.
I don't know his name.
So they come in and they introduce the season and the first mini challenge, and it is
the Photoshoot challenge, the Climb the Rocky Mountain Snowstorm photo challenge. I think starting every Drag Race season, whether that's All-Stars or regular season, cut the runway crap out of it. I love to see a photo shoot, take queens out of their element. Remember Alaska trying to swim in plastic bags and drowning? That's drama.
And I think that, like you said, it reminds me, or it references, like, old Drag Race.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is our first season. We're not going to go guns blazing with, like, the runway themes that they do now for the first challenge are cool because you get to see multiple looks from one person, so you get to know them better. But it's also, like, that's insane. This person is just, like, being swept out of, like, normal life and then put in front of camera and told to do, like, the most. Like, I think starting off with a photo shoot is also very smart because it's not like we're going to hit you in the face with everything you need to do.
I think it's also a great way to see the entrance looks more.
Exactly. Then we find out that Kine
is a bitch.
That's later in the episode. But we found out that she won this first mini challenge. I would ask you what you think, but I think we can already guess.
No, I liked her photo. Her photo was fine, but I thought other photos were better.
Mm-hmm.
Divvying up boxes in a mini challenge win doesn't mean anything anyway.
They're like, fuck it, the first person we see at the moment's gonna win. I don't think she should have won. I think that, like, Scarlett Bobo, I thought Jimbo, I also think Tainomi looked great.
Yeah.
I thought Alona looked great. I thought there was a lot of people that looked a lot better and had better photos, especially the ones they showed us. So then we get into what kind wins, which is
the ability to divvy out the prizes for the main challenge, as well as gift card for Barnes and Noble. Right?
I was going with you. I was like, I think he said the wrong word, but then all of a sudden he said Barnes and Noble. I'm like, no, girl.
She seemed like she was reading bitches left and right, so I don't know. She could use a Barnes and Noble gift card then.
She a librarian?
No, what did she win?
She got to divvy up the boxes for the main challenge.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
I nailed it.
Yeah, kind of. Minus the gift card. What did you, I don't know, these boxes, what is it referencing? I don't get it. Maybe that's what I don't get, is like, is it a Canadian theme?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like,
it was
go grrr, and
okay.
the Prairie one, which is very like Anne of Green Gables.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The Quebec Paul
I don't know her.
They all had like Canadian themes to them,
Okay.
and I'm sure they just picked themes based off of Ruth's current collection from that year.
True. What would you do? What box would you want? Who do you think got lucky? Who are you worried about?
I mean, she did what I would do, which is just like, I'm going to take the one that I want, probably not use it very well, and then give every other girl whatever I give them.
And speaking of kind, she's not so kind. Duh. Because she's already throwing shade at Scarlett Bobo. Scarlett's just like, I don't really sew. I don't really have an idea. Kind's like, okay, well, nice knowing you. Goodbye.
Whatever. Confidence is one thing, but
cattiness is another.
Your YouTube following isn't in the room with you. And Bobo looks like she knife a bitch.
Yes, she would like drop down from one of those aerial acrobatic hoops and twist down and throw fire at her.
Yeah, just spit a bunch of napalm.
Yeah, Boa. And then Juicebox talk about being sober queens. How do you feel about that conversation? And do you think it was important? Do you think people care?
I mean, I'm a sober queen, and I'm someone who cares. I think it's nice to have that conversation, especially if you're a performer in the club industry. You don't have to, you can be there to help sell drinks, but you don't have to be the one being wasted and doing that.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I think for it to start, especially like with Alona talking about her two-spirit and her tribe that she's a part of, is like a great introduction to her character. And then you have two other castmates talking about the sobriety.
Yeah.
It's already getting into the honesty, which is nice.
Yeah. So I think it's setting up a good storyline for Boa and how she's perceived at the moment. Okay, so the first person on the runway was
Anastasia.
Who
nailed it, by the way.
Yeah.
That, like, red quilted metallic moment. That was everything. It was very well constructed. It fit her amazingly. I was gagged.
I looked at it and it didn't even register in my mind. And then I was like, wait a second. Like, she made that with that fabric. How did she stuff this? Like, it looks like a blow-up pool toy.
Yeah.
Like, it looks so perfectly, like, pocketed. She used the scarves to make the socks.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is really like the eyes up. I think that like her lashes were really heavy and then her hair was like really flat. So I think like if you're doing those like really big lashes on the top and the bottom, you need to have like bigger hair. But that's like nitpicking. Yeah. She's definitely a standout as one of my top people. Who's another standout for you?
Probably Kind for being awful.
Okay.
So that stood out to me because it was hot ornament garbage. We have some of those gold ornaments in our bedroom, and they were on sale at Canadian Tire when we got them.
Yeah, and we're throwing them out.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so a standout though for me is I have two other ones. So one would be Jimbo. I thought that Jimbo looked really cool. I think like I would tweak a couple things, but I think for like a self-made look and the zippers. Like, that must have taken a lot of time.
I could have done without the boa, but yeah, total standout for me. Jimbo really nailed it this episode.
Yeah. Is there anyone that you were really unimpressed by? Falls at the bottom for you?
Is that a question? Juice box?
Okay. So, yes, juice box and then lemon are in the bottom. So, you agree with juice box?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And what about lemon?
I think it should have been a three-way lip sync. I
Uh,
thought it should have
from?
been Kine, lemon, and juice box. I thought the three of them. I mean, with that attitude from Kine, she
Right
just,
away.
right away to the judges,
Yeah.
to her face. I mean, she's got some balls, but they're also tucked in her body, so she better be careful.
They're also all over the runway.
That too. I don't think her look was any better than Lemon's, personally. I thought they were both on the same level of hot garbage. But, I mean, Juice Box, girl, you're such a nice person, and I can, like, totally get down with everything you were talking about in the runway. But, girl, that outfit was horrible.
So, the first thing I said when she's opening her box is that there's the VHS tapes. And, like, yes, girl, we've seen so many people do the VHS strips, like fringy gown. There is ways to use that, which has so many yards of this, like, ribbon, to make something cool out of it. Okay, so then we have juice and lemon, lip syncing. Syncing?
Lip syncing.
I always want to say lip syncing, but that's not it. So we have juice and lemon lip syncing against each other to Carly Rae Jepsen, I Really Like You. And did you really like that lip sync?
I really liked the song. I didn't mind the lip sync at all, actually. I thought that they both did a fantastic job. Despite Juice Box's outfit being as bad as it was, I thought that she better embodied the song in the performance.
Let's talk about this because the interweb is going crazy. There is a Justice for Juice hashtag going around. Monique Hart, Shea Coulee, legends of RuPaul's Drag Race are coming for Juice Box. They want her back.
If your stunt for a song is to spin into splits twice at the same break in the song, that's not exciting for me. Come on.
Yeah, girl, like, I can't do that. I would break a bone. I can barely even stand up straight anymore without my back cracking. But I do have to say, a jump split does not a lip sync make. You can embody a song without doing a split, without doing a death drop, without, like, doing all these shenanigans and stunts. I think that song didn't call for it. So I kind of, like, cancels out that excitement for me, but I'm sure if you were there in the room judging, you would have been like, yes, bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she's gone. We're sad to see her go. Juice Box, you did amazing.
We
so
love you.
we love you. Yeah, and maybe they'll have you back.
Oh, who knows?
Maybe.
Justice for Juice.
That is it for episode 1. I was really happy with it. I have to say, they put money into this production. I can't wait to see what's next. The trailer for the next episode seems really cool. We know Jade. Jade is in the episode as a guest judge. Super excited to see a friend do that.
Yeah, it's gonna be cute.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see y'all next week.
We'll see you on the next Red
And why?
review for Canada's Drag Race Season 1.
It's cold in here.
Because you're not wearing a shirt.
You don't know that.
Bye!